Greetings, my fellow Narcadians, as I, Talsar, Master of the Narcadian Order. And you're probably wondering why I'm here. My camera's all the way down in the lower corner. Well, last night, when I got home from work, I started to record a new video for this new game I had picked up off of the recommendation of another YouTuber by the name of Obsidian Ant. The game in question is SpaceBourne 2. Now, the game is very good. I'm going to come out and say that right now. The game is very good. It's early access. It's $20. But here's what happened. My microphone cut out about 6 minutes into me recording, which is very unfortunate. What is happening is I have a lot of USB devices. Anyone that has a modern computer, they're going to have a lot of USB devices, and they're all fighting for the same set of resources, which are USB controllers. And this has been a problem I've had with my microphone in the past when I used to have it plugged into a hub. I have since put it, in a direct line into the front end of my computer, and that problem has become a lot less of a reoccurrence. But last night it happened, and I didn't notice that it had happened until I was doing my sign off, and I had pulled OBS back up, and I was looking at, and I just had been glancing down at the audio levels, and the one from the microphone wasn't moving at all. So I went back, watched the recording, and discovered how soon into the recording it cut out. Now, what I could have done was simply re-record the video, acting like it was my first impressions all over again, but that would be disingenuous, and I don't feel like doing that. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to play for you the first few minutes of my video where there is audio. Then I'm going to go back into the game and redo the entire tutorial. So let's get this started here. Greetings, my fellow Narcadians. I, Talsar, Master of the Narcadian Order, and welcome back to Talsar Plays. I'm reacting to. You're watching me reacting to my reaction. Through Obsidian Reaction Inception, who has a YouTube channel. He covers space games, mostly Elite Dangerous. All I can really do. He had a video that came out a little while ago that was talking about other space games, and this one was on the list, and he talked very highly about it. So I thought I would give it a try. I'm not familiar with this franchise, but what he saw and how he was talking about it made it seem obviously I'll just cut out my video. Very outstanding game. It is in early access, and it's only $20 on Steam right now. And for a game like this, I'm kind of curious to see how this will play out. It's not a very big game. I think it was like 10 or so gigs, so it's a pretty small game, so I'm not sure how much content there is. I'm not even sure how big the production staff is. I'm a big fan of space games. I'm a big fan of science fiction. If you guys have been watching my channel, you'll no doubt know that. Out of the various space flight simulation games, this makes the fifth one in my collection. So I have Elite Dangerous. I have No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, and X4 Foundation. Which I also got all the DLC for that now as well. I picked that up. A friend of mine bought it for me over Christmas, and I picked up all the DLC when they had that big sale. And of course, in September, I'll be getting Starfield. So I'm very curious to see, I'm going to try this game out and see how it looks. Now, let's just start off with the interface here. I'm going to be pretty light in my criticism. Like I said, it is a $20 game, and sometimes these games have surprised me. Now, what I can see right now, what you can see here on the screen looks very impressive. The UI, it's fairly basic, but the ship, the landscape looks very impressive. So, and the music sounds pretty nice too. Another example of a game that has been made by a small staff was Mecha Knight Nightmare, which was made by only one person, and while it did have its flaws, being very repetitive with its gameplay loops, and what they did show off was still pretty impressive for the amount of time and effort put into it by only one person. So I gave that game a lot of slack on that regard. And I bought that game because I do like mech games, Mech Warrior, Mech Warrior Mercenaries, BattleTech. I like that entire franchise. But of course, we got Armored Core 6 coming out in August, which I did pre-order. So we'll be looking forward to seeing that on my channel. Let's go ahead and let's hop into a new game here and see what we got to work with here. Okay, so obviously in a similar vein to other RPGs like Fallout, they have a point-based system here where you can put ranks into various attributes. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it does kind of explain to you what this does, but how it actually will play out in game in terms of mechanics, I don't know. But obviously, we have 3 different categories here. We got Soldier, Pilot, and Adventurer, and each one has 3 different attributes under each category. We have Perception, Endurance, and Agility under Soldier. Reflexes, Willpower, and Alertness under Pilot. Reflexes and Alertness, I can understand those. Under Pilot. Willpower, I'm not really sure what role that would have to play. Under Adventurer, we have Intelligence, Luck, and Coordination. Now, honestly, if this were me, I would swap Willpower and Coordination places. I think Coordination would much better be in a Pilot position than in the Adventurer position, because you're operating a ship with lots of different control interfaces. You need to have good coordination. I am going to be seeing how well this will work with a HOTAS. I have a Thrustmaster T-Flight. It's one of the lower entry HOTAS, throttle and stick setups. I can't afford anything more. I can't afford like the really big ones like Thrustmaster, Logitech Mate. I also have a Razer Tartarus V2 keypad, which I use a lot with Elite Dangerous. Whether or not it will be used in this game or not, I don't know. I've not really seen much use for it with X4. But let's go ahead and let's dump some points in here. Since I'm just starting out, I'm probably going to make a well-rounded character. I'm not going to be emphasizing one thing more than the other. So let's dump some points into Reflex per Pilot. Let's go 10 here and 10 here, and then we'll put some points in their lower skills here and see what that leaves us. Okay, we got 35 points, and one thing I'm seeing is that this is a 1-to-1, so it's not like an increasing scale type of system where a point has an increasing cost value for it to go up. So let's go and increase these, and I think being up, let's do alertness, let's do coordination. Okay, now background. Okay. Almost thought you had another one there, didn't you? No, I just muted my microphone, got it on mute. So, probably right around here is where it cut out. So I don't have an exact timestamp of when it occurred. So, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get through all this character creation stuff and get that done and out of the way. Then, once that's done, I'll pop back in here and we will actually get the actual game going, and I can run you guys through the tutorial, and I'll talk about some more details about the game that I didn't bring in here. And of course, if you noticed during that recording, you could hear my microphone start to cut out. It started to cut out like before this, and then right before it went, and just you could hear it kind of get very garbled. Like I said, it's probably a USB controller issue. So, for you guys, this will just be a jump cut. So just stand by. Okay, so I move my camera back where I want. Actually, let me go ahead and move it down here so you actually can see the character over here in the corner a lot better. Just for the time being, I'll move it back once I actually get into the game. So I went and I took care of this. Doing my points, but At this point, I'm picking my class. So I will go over each one of them with it and their description. So we have Pirate. Now, I want to make note of this character model over here. That looks very impressive, very highly detailed. The textures, the lighting, the bump maps, everything here just looks really good. And we'll get a better look at it once I go into the appearance menu, where I get to edit my character's appearance. And I'll go over a few issues there. And also, if you notice, you see where it says details, and right behind it you can see a ghosted version of details. And same thing down here. Same thing over here. I don't know why it does that. Like I said, the game is early access, so I'm assuming it's just some sort of left behind artifact. So, Pirate. You joined the X-World's pirate organization to escape the monotony of life you had in the small commune you grew up in. At first, you were content with small missions that filled your pockets. But you were growing bored of looting small trade ships. You yearned for bigger and better things. And you're willing to take risks and break rules in order to get everything you want. I'm also going to be checking back at my OBS just to make sure my microphone is still recording. I'm get a little paranoid about those sort of things, you know? Okay. Captain. You've always been a natural-born leader. And you decided to pursue a career in the military that makes a difference. However, after being stationed in a distant galaxy, you witnessed the mistreatment of your fellow Earthlings at the hands of alien oppressors, and left the military with plans to form a resistance group to become a respected commander in the fight for justice and freedom. Now, one thing that this description does is that this also helps to establish the setting, do some world building. One, it tells you you're in a different galaxy. Two, it tells you that there are extraterrestrial life, which those are interesting bit of details. Freelancer, and this is the class I will be going. You value your freedom above all else. You have built a career out of traveling from planet to planet and lending your skills to those in need. You're a jack of all trades and are willing to take on any job as long as the pay is right. While you don't have a permanent home, you find comfort in roaming the stars. Mercenary. You've always been a skilled fighter and a capable soldier, and have used your talents to build a successful career as a mercenary. You take on jobs ranging from escort missions to full-scale battles, using your firearms and tactics to ensure victory and earn a hefty payout. While you may not have a cause to fight for, you find satisfaction in the thrill of combat and the rewards of a successful mission. Explorer. You've always been drawn to the unknown, and have spent your life charting unexplored territories and discovering new worlds. While you face many dangers and setbacks along the way, you find the thrill of discovery and the possibility of uncovering something truly groundbreaking to be worth the risks. And then Merchant. Money is power. Observing how the rich rule the entire galaxy, you realize that the main power comes from money, and that victories with weapon. You realize that the main power comes from money, and that victories with weapons are temporary. You plan to set up a merchant fleet and become the wealthiest person in the galaxy. Alright, let's go ahead and pick the freelancer. Now let's go over to appearance. Now, this will... it didn't do it this time. You can... Ordinarily, it defaults to this view right at the gate. You can change how far you're zoomed in using the mouse wheel. But, let's just go ahead and take a look at this character model. This is very highly detailed, I have to admit. The polygons, you don't really notice them. The textures, the lighting of the mesh, all that stuff is really well done. Now, that's not to say there aren't some shortcomings with this level of character customization we're going to be seeing here. It is more highly detailed than you usually get in such games. We can pick, male and female, and of course you also will notice they actually have physics for the hair, which is not something you usually see, especially in games like this. You have preset skins, and this is something that I mentioned earlier, but I'm going to mention this again. Let me go and pick the one I was using last night. There we go. There is no drop-down menu. There is no labeling of what these are. You just gotta click through until you find the one you want. Skin details are... Let me zoom in like this. This basically changes like your complexion and stuff like that, which is, you know, a lot of really high detailed stuff. You know, kind of how old you are as well, and these things need to be labeled. I don't know which one's the default one. Let's go with that one. There is like an odd like line running down through here, and I don't know where that's coming from. Is that on? It's not on all of the faces. Okay, I'll go with that one. You can't change the facial hair, which is a little bit annoying. You also can't change the shape of of your head at all. You're stuck with this square head. You know, the skin saturation basically is your skin tone and all that stuff. Eye presets is basically changing your eye color and stuff like that. Now, we go on over to this menu, and of course these are not labeled at all. You have no idea what these do. These are basically morphing, you know, your nose, your brow, and stuff like that. I'm not going to bother changing any of this stuff right now, since it's just a tutorial. Hair, and I will at least go through the different hairstyles that they have. I mean, you have, you know, your basic shortcut ones. You have some of your long hair ones. You have your dreadlocks and ponytails, your buzz cuts. You know, if you want to be be Commander Shepard, you can change your hair and tip color if you want. But we're not too concerned about that right now. Let's just name my character here, and we'll get into the game. Okay, so let me go over this HUD real fast. Before I do that, the character movement is very smooth. The animations are very smooth. There's no frame loss. Visual details are very crisp and impressive. That
About time you woke up. The burden of doing nothing all day must take a toll on you. Come see me at once. We need to talk.
Okay. You have these different icons scattered around the four corners of your screen. So let's let's start off up here in the upper right, left-hand corner of the screen. We have which is your journal, your character sheet. That icon, third icon, matches one for probes. Don't know what that's for. Box is your inventory. You get radar, map, constellation. I don't know what the last one is, and I don't know how you even slicked between them yet. They never got that far. I don't know what keys change those. Okay, because that just okay. So Q and E just shift left and right, camera left and right. You got down in the lower left-hand corner those three like shadow boxes. I think that those are for your weapons, as I'll find out later. Then upper right-hand corner, you've got some more icons. I guess communications, some other things. You got what time it is, which apparently they don't have 24-hour time here. Then in the lower right-hand corner, I think those are perks. Also something we haven't really gotten into. Press H to open cursor. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that does. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I was right. That is for the... Okay, so what does this button do? Nothing! It does nothing, sir! Okay, that is... Okay, so that is the map of the system you're in. Very good. Okay. Also, we have these 4 bars here. I only kind of know what some of them do. The yellow bar, let's go from bottom up. So we have stamina down at the bottom. The green one, it might be shields. Then you have health, and I don't know what the last one is on top. So let's go ahead and let's get out into this environment here, and I will show off some more things. The gravity here seems to be fairly light. So we are on a desert world, and just look at this. Okay, those really, you know, it's not going to be 100% perfect. But what you do see here, and what you hear, is still very impressive. So we're in a desert world. This appears to be something similar to like a Mos Eisley from Star Wars. Let's go meet our contact. Running animations are also pretty smooth. Stamina bar seem to fill up pretty fast. Now, we're going to get into something here that is a point of criticism, but it's an understandable point of criticism.
It's been 4 moons.
They used a text-to-speech for the NPC voices, and I can understand if they have not yet been able to fill...
When do you plan on paying my rent?
To fill voice actors yet.
Why don't you consider doing more rookie work? Our connector always has many freelance jobs available. When was the last time you spoke to him?
You notice also this another little error. She said rookie, and yet it says down here common. You'll notice this happens a couple of times where they'll say something that's synonymous with the thing they wanted to say.
Be quiet and listen to me for once in your life. You know how much I love you and how much respect I have for your father. I can't good conscience allow you to continue wasting away your life like this. I've let things slide for far too long. It's about time that you started carrying your own weight around here. So I need you to do something for me. You will go and get a freelance job from Connector.
That did sound weird. You will go and get a freelance job. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that did sound weird. When you're using text-to-speech like that, it's going to sometimes sound a little weird. So make sure everything is still... Yeah, everything is still okay. No BS. Looks like this is the sun setting? Does the sun even move? That's a good question. It's too hard to see. I don't know if they have day-night cycles. It does not appear to be moving. This guy is pointing off in that direction for some reason. I'll go here and talk to Dan. Now, this is another little bug I've noticed. If there's a single option selected, you cannot select it at all. You have to double press spacebar to skip.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a pilot to take an old woman to the Ferrand station. Well, there is this one combat mission. But they specifically request, yes, the old woman transporting mission. It is much more safer for both of us.
Let's see here. I did the combat mission the first time around, so I'll do that.
We regret this. Good luck.
Alright, so let's head to my ship. One thing I need to do real fast. Let's go over here to inputs. So we have a HOTAS over here. Ordinarily, I play my space games, my space flight games, with a HOTAS. But one thing I discovered last night is that while it will work, and I couldn't keep on what I wanted in some spots. Like my hat controls up at the top of my joystick. Oh, I always use those for my ventral and lateral thrusters. I could not assign those to those thrusters at all. Don't know why. Maybe that'll be in a future update. But another issue I noted is if I had to use the keyboard or mouse for anything at all, it would switch my default controller back to mouse and keyboard. And I could not use my stick at all. And this became such a frustrating problem last time, I just stopped using my HOTAS at all. Now, I already have... Okay, good, it's saved. I had to set my sensitivity all the way down to lowest setting, which is 0.5, because if it's at default setting, the ship just zips around too quick, and it's really quite frustrating to control, and I almost got motion sick, which is very, very unusual for me. Also, some of you have already been noticing this old subway cup. I've had this for a while. I just really started using it again. From like, yeah, 2010. So, hey, it still works. Might as well keep using it. Use it for water and whatnot. So. Oh yeah, let me showcase this android right here. So, you can see its feet are clipping into the ground. Oh yeah, I did that last time too. Where it just kind of jump forward. So apparently they don't have a way to differentiate this as being a step for you to actually walk on. But this is a pretty interesting design choice to make it feminine. You also see some graffiti at the spaceport. Let's take a moment to take a look at my ship here. So we got missile racks down here, landing gear. We have our engines here. Looks pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty ramshackle. Let's go ahead and let's hop in here. So we've got our controls here. Now, one thing I will notice is press R for takeoff. Even when I was using my throttle and stick, these controls left and right did not move at all like they do in Elite Dangerous, and I think I also do this in Star Citizen too. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ourselves aligned to 90 degrees to ascend. To reach orbit. And there's going to be a transition screen here from atmosphere to orbit. You'll see in a second here. I am. And here we go. Here's the scene of transition. Alright, so now we are in orbit of the planet. Alright, so open T, set course for a mining station. Alright. Come on, why isn't... There we go. Some course set. Use mill. Align myself with my target here.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
There we go. And charging up for, I guess, Super Cruise. I don't know what they call it. We've entered ludicrous speed! some of the things I want to mention around here, around the HUD. So we have our weapon groups. We have over on the left, on the right, we have the energy distribution. You have a cloaking device as well, which will come in handy later.
Are you here on scout mission? I specifically requested those with ships above SX4. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure you can complete this task with this floating junk. Don't rush. Let's make sure the ship is in good condition first, shall we?
Okay.
Let's start. Can you move right and left?
Yes, I can.
Good. Let's see your hover thrusts.
Up and down. That is R and V.
Nice. Now give me some rolls.
That's Q and E.
Now let's see if your turbo thrusters are in good shape.
Yes, they are.
Not bad. Finally, let's try dodge moves. Your engine seems stable. Let's check your combat systems.
Dodge boosting like that is an interesting
Let's
mechanic I haven't seen in games like that before.
I'm sending you a target with no shield, so you can easily destroy this target with your turrets. Now activate your turret's weapon group. Beautiful. Now let's try a target with shield. Activate your laser weapons. Not bad, but it is easy to hit stationary points. For dynamic targets, you should first lock it. Now lock the target I sent. Good. Since you're using a fighter-class ship, we need to check the pursuit systems as well. Let's try it now. Try to use your lasers to shut down the target shield.
Not sure what fuck pursuit does offhand. Oh, just give me a zoomed in view.
Good. Now switch your weapon group to one and destroy its hull. Well done. I think you are good to go.
I guess you're the pilot who took the job. We have been seeing unusual activity in this asteroid field for a while. Unidentified scout ships patrolling the area. We want you to take care of them.
Okay. So we actually saw our first alien in this game. I'm not going to have enough boost to get close enough, I know that. Drifting. Also, just another good reason to have a HOTAS that actually works is so you don't have to worry about having to make sure you're constantly realigned and make sure you're throttle. You don't have to keep pressing up and all that stuff. Unless your mouse cursor is perfectly centered, which, you know, good luck ever getting that done. You're always going to drift. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Okay, we got targets. No, I need it. They're using shields, so I need to switch over to my lasers. Shields are down. They're recharging. There we go. Nicely done.
These are just scout ships. We need to find out why they're here. Give me a second. There's a station up ahead that was destroyed by an asteroid impact. I see a movement there. We need to find out what they're hiding there. Would you sneak up there and check it out?
module
Okay,
offline.
everything is still good.
Engine
Oh.
module online.
Oh, I see. Alright, that's what Alt does. Oh, it's way to lock the throttle. Okay, I guess. Hmm. You can change the power distribution by using the arrow keys.
I don't believe it. They set up a secret base here. Watch out. They
You
should
sound
be
very
nice, or
surprised.
they can destroy everything, including you. Try to get close.
I don't know that one.
Weapons online.
Oh, it just says max speed apparently.
Shield recharge.
Watch out. They set up turns around. I see your ship as a cold park. Use it now. Good. Now move slowly and don't fire any weapon, or they can locate you. We have to get into that building, but you can't get there with your ship. I know it's dangerous, but you have to leave the ship and neutralize those pirates. I'll give you extra reward for that.
Have to go extra vehicular.
I found a blind spot for your ship. You should leave your ship there and get off. I see you don't have any weapons on you. Let's find you some firearms. Give me a second.
What the hell
I
is that?
found some weapons and ammunition there. Go and equip them before the encounter.
Alright, so grab our shit.
Now go to that platform and neutralize the pirates.
A BK pilot assault rifle, okay. Do you like it? Nice. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so the actual like first-person shooter aspect of here, as you can see, is not bad. I mean, it's actually pretty good, really. And there's actually dismemberment. Yeah, I mean, hell, this guy was fucking cut. Yeah, cut. It's hard to tell if his clipping, but yeah, no, he's been cut in half. And just look at these mechs around here. They remind me of the loader from Aliens. These are apparently, I guess, mining equipment of some sort, but these are just the same model, just scaled up or down. This looks more like... I don't know. It's hard to tell. This, I could definitely fit in this one comfortably. That one might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it's really, really cool that you actually get in here and pilot those. Alright, let's get in here and get what I came for. Oh, it's an alien. Die, alien scum! The F key also doesn't seem to actually loot all like it says it does. That was weird.
Watch out.
Does that blow up? No, it doesn't seem to blow up. Some of you guys are wearing helmets, the others aren't. So what, do you not need oxygen to breathe? What the hell, or is that just a bug? It probably is. At least they seem to be pretty easy to take down, so... Okay. Maybe not stick around and loot. Yeah, this fucker isn't even wearing a fucking helmet. Look, he appears to be human. Alright. Alright. So that's all I need to do here. Now I just have to fly back to my ship.
Don't use your spacesuit. The turrets can shot you. They sent the bomber to destroy the evidence. Get back to your ship now. Don't stand still.
Okay. Destroy enemy ship. Okay.
Weapons online.
Not really getting very close to this ship, am I? Let's get closer. There we go. Okay.
Shield recharging. Target shields down.
Okay, they overheat. I don't actually seem to have any ammo. They just overheat. Come on. Probably too far damn away from this ship to even hit it.
That's it.
There we go.
I can't see any activity around. You did a great job. Come to AXA. Your rewards are waiting for you.
Alright. I was right, also probably because I didn't really have any power to my weapons either, so
Engine module offline. Engine module online.
I was just checking OBS. Everything is still fine. And I can knock this out in, well, it's still taking me about an hour. Yesterday, I spent an hour and 15 minutes doing the recording. I can probably knock this out a little less than an hour.
You can toggle up.
Alright. Now, let's go ahead and turn that off, and let's just... Oh, that's spacebar. Okay, that's... I've been trying to figure out how to fire my missiles. Get closer here. No. Fuck. Landing gear. Shite. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that was. Let me go to settings real fast and try. Maybe I shouldn't just exit out of that tutorial so fast. What is landing gear? Launch. Oh, that's X. That's what I fucking did. Okay. Oh, toggle landing gear. N. Okay.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's go ahead and get myself lined up here, and I'm landed. Cool. All right, let's exit the ship. And it looks like I'm automatically taking my helmet off when I'm in atmosphere.
Great job out there. Now any criminal will have to think twice before attempting to steal from us. I'm going to transfer the money to your account. This old thing. It's an old piece of junk I found in the remnants of an old battlefield. Come to think of it, it was right in this system on the moon 189 to 1. It turned out to be useless, though. I couldn't detect any signs of activity in it. Why do you ask?
It looks kind of familiar.
Why are you so interested in it? It must be of some sentimental value.
I have no fucking idea.
Counteroffer. How about you take the head, and I keep the money I was going to pay you? I've already mentioned where I found it. As for more parts, I could find none. But then again, I didn't stick around there too long. It's not exactly the safest of places. But if you want to risk going there, be my guest. I've added the location to your scanner. Just be aware, though, I'm not sure if you've ever been to an old battlefield. Well, you're in luck. It just so happens that I need to collect some things from... Great. Send me a signal when you...
Okay, so... Well, that is going to conclude this tutorial. So yeah, this game is, like I said, for a $20 game and early access, is very impressive. From no doubt what you have seen for yourself in this video. I never fucking moved this back. I forgot to do that. Silly me. But no doubt what you saw during this tutorial, it was a visually very, very impressive. So, if you are a fan of space sim combat games, I highly recommend this game. I don't really have any big natives other than what I've already mentioned. Yes, they don't have any actual voice actors doing the voice lines. We use text-to-speech. Yes, some of the controls are kind of bland. Yes, UI is a little bit bland. Big deal. It's early. What else is in this game, from the gameplay to the visuals to the models, everything overshines all of that. So, if you're interested, I highly recommend you pick it up. I will be putting a link to the Steam page in the description. And I probably mentioned this in the other video, but I will also be putting a link for Obsidian Ant's channel down in the description as well, for his channel in the video where he talked about this. I suggest you go over there, give him a subscription as well, and like his videos. He puts out some very good content. So this is Talsar Geldon for Talsar Geldon Plays. Thank you for watching, and good night.